Have you ever wondered why some people work incredibly hard but still feel stuck? Why some dreams start strong but slowly fade away? Why confidence disappears even when talent is still there? Let me tell you something that may shock you. Success is rarely destroyed by lack of ability. It is rarely destroyed by lack of opportunity. It is destroyed by the wrong people. Yes, the wrong people in your circle can quietly sabotage your future while smiling at you. And today, I want to talk about 5 types of people you should never trust. Not because you should hate them, not because you should fear them, but because your dreams are too valuable to be influenced by the wrong energy. The people you allow close to you will either elevate your life or slowly poison your mindset. Let's begin. 1. The critics who never take action. There is a special type of person you will meet the moment you start chasing something meaningful. They will say, "That won't work." Be realistic. People like you don't succeed. Who do you think you are? They speak with confidence. They sound intelligent. Sometimes they even sound caring. But look closely. What are they building? What risks are they taking? What dreams are they pursuing? Most of the time, nothing. These are the people who sit on the sidelines of life, analyzing everyone else's moves while never making one of their own. They criticize because it is safer than trying. They judge because it protects them from failure. They speak loudly because deep inside, they are afraid. And here is the dangerous part. If you hear criticism long enough, even when it's baseless, you begin to doubt yourself. That tiny seed of doubt grows. You start thinking, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I should just stop. And just like that, a dream dies, not because it was impossible, but because someone who never tried convinced you it was. I learned something powerful in business and in life. Never take advice from someone who is not living the life you want. Criticism from inaction is simply projection. It reflects their limits, not yours. Successful people understand this. They filter opinions carefully. They listen selectively. They protect their mindset fiercely. Because the energy you spend defending yourself against negative critics is energy you could have used to build something great. Remember this. Constructive feedback is valuable, but constant criticism from people who never act, that is noise. And noise should never control your direction. 2. The opportunists. Now let's talk about another type of person. These people exactly when things start going well for you. When you are struggling, they are silent. When you are building quietly, they are invisible. But when success seems close, suddenly, they are your biggest supporters. They smile wider, they compliment more, they talk about partnership. But their loyalty is conditional. They are not loyal to you, they are loyal to opportunity. Opportunists calculate relationships based on benefit. If you have value, they stay. If you face challenges, they disappear. And the painful lesson is this. You usually don't discover who they truly are until things get difficult. In business, many people will clap for you when the stage lights are bright. But when the lights dim and problems arise, only the genuine ones remain. Opportunists are dangerous because they drain time, and time is life. They attach themselves to your effort, your reputation, your energy, and when the benefit fades, so do they. This creates instability. If you build your future surrounded by people who are only there for advantage, your foundation becomes weak. And weak foundations collapse under pressure. Real relationships are built on shared struggle, mutual respect, and consistent support, not convenience. Ask yourself, who stands with me when nothing is guaranteed? Who supports me when I fail? Who checks on me when there is nothing to gain? Those are the people worth keeping. Opportunists may be charming, they may be persuasive, they may seem helpful, but consistency reveals character. Watch patterns, not promises. 3. The liars. Trust is one of the most valuable currencies in life, and liars counterfeit it. At first, dishonesty is small, a slight exaggeration, a small hidden truth, a minor broken promise. But over time, lies create cracks, and eventually everything collapses. Trusting a liar is like building a house on sand. It may look stable in the beginning, but the foundation is unstable. Liars manipulate situations to serve themselves. They twist facts, They distort conversations. They create confusion. And here is what makes them dangerous. They often appear helpful. They may speak kindly. They may seem loyal. They may promise commitment. But their actions do not match their words. And when truth finally surfaces, the damage is deeper than you expected. Not just financial damage, emotional damage, confidence damage. You begin to question your judgment. How did I not see this? How did I trust them? The key lesson here is awareness. Pay attention to patterns. Do their stories change? Do their actions contradict their promises? Do they avoid accountability? Honesty creates clarity. Dishonesty creates chaos. And chaos destroys progress. Protect your peace by valuing truth over comfort. Sometimes confronting dishonesty is uncomfortable. Sometimes walking away feels difficult. But temporary discomfort is far better than long-term betrayal. Trust should be earned slowly and protected carefully. Because once broken, it is rarely restored to its original strength. Pause and reflect. Now, before we continue, I want you to pause. Think about your circle. Who influences your decisions? Who shapes your mindset? Who do you listen to the most? Because success is not just about skill. It is about environment. Even the strongest mindset can weaken in toxic company. Let me ask you something. Have you ever shared an exciting idea, and before you even finished explaining it, someone said, "That's too risky. It won't work. People have tried before and failed. Be realistic." And suddenly, the excitement inside you shrinks. That is the power of pessimism. Pessimists don't always mean harm. In fact, many of them genuinely believe they are protecting you. They think they are being practical, logical, responsible. But constant negativity is contagious. And if you are not careful, their fear becomes your fear. Their doubt becomes your doubt. Their limitations become your limitations. Pessimists focus on obstacles more than opportunities. They see reasons something might fail before they ever consider how it might succeed. Now understand this clearly. There is a difference between realistic caution and chronic pessimism. Realistic caution asks, how can we prepare for risks? Pessimism declares, it won't work, so don't try. The first helps you grow smarter. The second keeps you small. Many pessimists were once dreamers themselves. They tried. They failed. They got hurt. And instead of learning resilience, they adopted protection. They built walls around their ambition. And now, when they see you taking risks, it reminds them of the version of themselves they gave up on. So they try to pull you back, not always out of malice, but out of unresolved fear. But here is the truth about success. Every breakthrough once looked unrealistic. Every innovation was once doubted. Every entrepreneur was once told, that will never work. If you allow pessimism to dominate your environment, your creativity dies slowly. Your courage fades quietly. And your dreams shrink without you even noticing. The human mind is powerful, but it is also absorbent. It absorbs language, emotion, and belief from its surroundings. If you constantly hear, it's impossible, you're not ready, you're not capable. Eventually, your subconscious begins to accept it as truth. That is why protecting your mindset is not optional. It is survival. Surround yourself with people who challenge you constructively, not those who discourage you reflexively. People who say, it's difficult, but let's find a way. Let's improve the plan. What can we learn from failures? Optimism is not blind positivity. It is disciplined hope. And disciplined hope builds empires. Find the fake friends. Now we come to perhaps the most painful type of all, fake friends. Because betrayal from an enemy is expected, but betrayal from someone you trust, that cuts deeper. Fake friends smile in front of you and compete behind you. They clap for your success, but secretly resent it. They agree with your ideas, but quietly undermine them. Envy disguised as friendship is extremely dangerous because you lower your guard around friends. You share your plans, your vulnerabilities, your insecurities. And when someone pretends to support you while secretly wishing you would fail, that energy creates confusion. You feel something is off, but you can't quite explain it. Over time, fake friends drain you emotionally. They spread subtle negativity. They create misunderstandings. They exaggerate your mistakes. And sometimes they celebrate when you struggle. The most painful realization in life is understanding that not everyone who walks beside you is walking with you. Some are walking beside you to measure you. Some are walking beside you to compete with you. Some are walking beside you to wait for your fall. And here is the lesson many successful people learn the hard way. Not everyone deserves access to your vision. Your dreams are fragile in their early stages. If you expose them to jealousy too soon, they can be crushed. Be friendly with many. Be close with few. True friends celebrate your growth without insecurity. They feel inspired by your progress, not threatened. They correct you honestly. They defend you in rooms you are not in. They protect your name when you are absent. That is loyalty, and loyalty is rare. Fake friends reveal themselves through patterns. Do they disappear when you need support? Do they subtly minimize your achievements? Do they gossip about others constantly? Remember, if someone speaks negatively about others behind their back, they will eventually speak negatively about you behind yours. Character is consistent. The bigger lesson. Now step back and see the full picture. Critics who never act, opportunists who only take, liars who manipulate, pessimists who doubt, fake friends who envy. These people are not just obstacles. They are tests. Life tests your discernment before it rewards your ambition. Your success will depend less on what you build and more on who you build it with. Wrong partnerships destroy businesses. Wrong friendships destroy confidence. Wrong influences destroy mindset. Many people blame circumstances for their failures, but often the real cause was misplaced trust. And here is something powerful to remember. You do not need many people. You need the right people. One loyal friend is more valuable than 10 fake supporters. One honest advisor is more powerful than 100 critics. One optimistic partner is stronger than a room full of doubters. Your environment shapes your identity, and your identity shapes your destiny. So as you move forward, evaluate your circle, not emotionally, not impulsively, but honestly. Who adds value? Who drains energy? Who supports without agenda? Who competes secretly? You cannot control everyone's character, but you can control access. Protect your time. Protect your energy. Protect your trust. Because trust given to the wrong person can cost you years. And years do not return. Final message. In life and in business, your network is not just a social circle. It is a strategic asset. Choose wisely, because your dreams deserve protection. Your ambition deserves support. And your future deserves an environment that strengthens it, not one that weakens it. The right people will push you higher. They will challenge you with honesty. They will spam with you in failure. They will celebrate you without envy. And when you find those people, hold on to them, because they are rare. Remember this. Success is not only about what you achieve. It is about who you become and who walks beside you while you become it. Choose carefully. Your destiny depends on it. Before we end this conversation, I want you to understand something deeply. This message is not about hating people. It is not about becoming suspicious of everyone. And it is not about isolating yourself from the world. It is about wisdom. Because maturity is not measured by how many people you know. It is measured by how wisely you choose them. Throughout life, you will meet thousands of people. Some will inspire you, some will teach you, some will hurt you, and some will reveal truths you needed to learn. The 5 types we discussed: critics who never act, opportunists who only take, liars who manipulate, pessimists who doubt, and fake friends who envy, are not rare. They are everywhere. And sometimes, if we are honest, we may even recognize moments when we have shown one of those traits ourselves. That is why this lesson is powerful. It is not only about identifying others, it is also about improving ourselves. Ask yourself, am I supporting others sincerely? Am I honest even when it is uncomfortable? Am I optimistic when challenges appear? Am I loyal when someone struggles? Because the kind of people you attract often reflects the kind of person you are becoming. Now here is something most people do not realize. Your environment silently programs you. The conversations you hear daily shape your beliefs. The attitudes around you shape your confidence. The energy around you shapes your ambition. If you are constantly surrounded by doubt, gossip, negativity, and manipulation, eventually you will start normalizing it. And once something becomes normal, it becomes acceptable. That is how dreams slowly disappear, not in one dramatic moment, but through gradual exposure to the wrong influences. Success requires courage, but courage weakens in toxic environments. Even the strongest person can feel exhausted when constantly defending themselves against negativity. That is why choosing your circle wisely is not selfish. It is strategic, it is necessary. Think about the most successful entrepreneurs, leaders, and visionaries in history. They were not alone. They built strong teams. They surrounded themselves with honest advisors. They protected their inner circle carefully because they understood something powerful. Talent multiplies in the right environment, and talent suffocates in the wrong one. Imagine trying to plant a seed in poor soil. No matter how good the seed is, if the soil is toxic, growth becomes difficult. You are that seed. Your dreams are that seed. Your environment is the soil. Now ask yourself honestly, is my soil healthy? Do people around me encourage growth? Do they challenge me constructively? Do they celebrate my progress? Do they speak truth even when it's hard? Or do they criticize without building, appear only when benefits exist, distort the truth, spread negativity, smile while competing secretly? The quality of your future depends on the honesty of your answers. But here is the empowering part. You are not a victim of your circle. You can change it. You can create boundaries. You can limit access. You can choose distance without drama. You can reduce exposure to negativity. And you can actively seek better company. Look for people who are, so honest even when it costs them, loyal during failure, not just success, optimistic but realistic, supportive without hidden competition, focused on growth, not gossip. These people exist. They may not be many. But you do not need many. You need alignment. You need trust. You need shared values. Because when you find even 2 or 3 people like that, your confidence multiplies. Your productivity increases. Your mindset strengthens. And your journey becomes lighter. You no longer feel alone in your ambition. And that is powerful. Remember this. Wrong people drain energy. Right people amplify it. Wrong people complicate life. Right people clarify it. Wrong people create doubt. Right people create belief. Life is short. Your time is limited, and energy is your most valuable currency. Do not waste it trying to convince critics. Do not invest it in opportunists. Do not gamble it on liars. Do not surrender it to pessimists. Do not expose it to fake friends. Protect it, because your energy builds your future, and your future deserves intention. At the end of your life, you will not regret distancing yourself from toxic people. You will regret the years you lost trying to keep them comfortable. So be kind, be respectful, but be selective. Trust slowly, observe consistently. And remember, actions reveal character more clearly than words ever will. If someone shows you who they are, believe them, and choose wisely. Because success is not just about reaching the top. It is about reaching the top with peace of mind. And peace only exists when your circle is built on trust, loyalty, and shared growth. Choose your people carefully. Your destiny is not shaped only by your decisions. It is shaped by the people you allow to influence those decisions. And once you master that, your path becomes clearer, faster, and far more powerful.